Here talking about the local real estate market. I want to go next to Randy Noon with Buyer Protection Group Home Inspection. Randy's been an inspector for us for years. His company does a great job. And he's got some tips for people thinking about selling their home, ways to get ready, ways to prepare the home, ways to eliminate those things that can sometimes be, kind of foil a home sale and cause challenges. So I'll kind of let you take it from here and talk about some of the stuff that you wanted to bring up today.
All right, thanks, Andrew. So the important thing is, as a seller, not to just go into it blindly and just think that, okay, well, whatever's going to happen is going to happen. The home inspector is going to come, he's going to find whatever's wrong. All of us should be working toward, including the seller, thinking about, all right, I know a home inspection is most likely going to happen. And when that happens, I want the buyer to receive a very short list of things that might be wrong. Now, there's never going to be a perfect house, and sellers should have in their mind, okay, the home inspector is probably going to find some things. You don't get in your attic, there's no way to know everything that could possibly be wrong with your house and where we go and what we do. But there are some things the seller could definitely do in advance to at least shorten the list that we produce and give the buyer an overall better feeling about the house. You know, go out to your side garage door, or if you have a rear exterior door, and open it up. I know you rarely use that door that goes outside from the garage, but trust me, probably down at the bottom of it, you're going to have some wood decay there.
That's so common. It's like every home inspection
we do, right?
Yeah.
So this is one of those things. Go out there and take a look at that, and get that addressed before the home inspector comes. That's why it's not something on our list. It's just so easy to take care of. And even little maintenance things, change your air filters and clean your gutters and take care of those maintenance items that we would typically put on our list to say, hey, this isn't a big deal, but it needs to be done. But it adds line items to our report that says, hey, these are things, and it can give the buyer an impression, wow, these people don't maintain their house very well. I don't know, maybe there's some other stuff going on. Now we're starting to get nervous about this house. These people don't seem to take care of it. And so those are things that are easy to take care of. Up on the roof, we find all the time where the squirrels get on the roof, and where the plumbing vents come out through the roof, there's those lead boots that seal off. They chew on those and put holes in them. There's hardly a day that goes by that I don't see that those are damaged. So that's something you might be able to see from the ground, or you might consider having a roofer come out and just quickly go over the roof. We find a lot of issues. That's one of the areas, obviously, homeowners don't go to look at their roof.
Sure.
So that's an item where we have a lot of issues that come up, a lot of surprises for people when it comes to the home inspection. So consider at least having that pre-inspected, just the roof. You could have a whole home inspection done, a pre-listing inspection we call it.
We've had a lot of clients do that. We encourage it. I think a lot of times it can help alleviate any problems or get in front of any problems. I think the other thing about the roof is a lot of the stuff that's on the roof, you don't necessarily need a roofer to know that something doesn't look right. There's nails sticking out here, or there's a shingle missing, or there's a broken tile. Those are kind of things that you can physically see that aren't that hard to figure out, that it doesn't look like the rest of the roof. Something's wrong here.
Right, we don't expect the seller to necessarily know if they've got roof leaks.
Sure.
Or climb up through their attic, if you don't step in the
But
right
just walk
place, it
around
could be
and
a
say,
dangerous area.
does anything not look right?
That's right, so it is easy to do that, but if you want to be sure, definitely consider having a pre-inspection or a roofing inspection, have a roofer come out and take a look at it. That might alleviate some of those items. In the bathrooms and garage exterior, you've got those receptacles that have the buttons that say test and reset. Just go around and give that test button a press and see if it clicks off. Punch it back and reset it. We find almost every inspection those are defective. They just go bad over time. But again, it's so easy for a seller just walk around and see if those work or they don't work, and then have them replaced before we get there. Shorten that list.
I would assume a pre-listing inspection helps eliminate liability after the close, right?
Yes, it can. I think the other challenge that you have is that some inspectors are going to have different opinions, find different things. I think it can also sometimes, create problems. Things the seller didn't know about, now they know they have to disclose. So there's some sellers that are hesitant to do it because they almost don't want to have to disclose, or they don't want to know because they didn't know that there was an issue there. So we always preach disclose. You want to know everything. You want to disclose everything you can. But certainly, you saw recently in the sinkhole case, there are sellers that want to cheat. And sometimes the ones that are really hesitant to do a pre-inspection may be somebody that wants to do that. There was a case recently where the people didn't disclose the sinkhole and got put in jail. And so you always want to disclose, but there's people that almost want to not know because they know, they consciously know there are things wrong, but they don't want 100% know. And I think they're afraid of getting that home inspection report and then finding a whole laundry list of stuff that's greater than what they thought, and then it's a bigger problem for them to sell, but the reality is, the buyer's inspector is going to find it anyway.
Right.
You know, why not get in front of it?
And I think that a lot of sellers have in their mind that maybe this buyer won't hire a home inspector. Maybe they'll just come into it blindly
right.
and say, you know what, they won't
Yeah.
get one, and then I'm
I
okay.
can't say
I
it
don't have to
doesn't-
fix
I can't-
anything if they don't
Yeah.
hire a home inspector, and they just think, oh, okay, it's gonna be okay.
It's rare.
It's not
It's
gonna be
rare.
okay, I
Even the
promise.
largest hedge funds in the world that have billions of dollars hire home inspectors. I mean, everybody needs to do it. Doesn't matter their financial fluency. Occasionally somebody will, be a general contractor and inspect themselves or something. But well, anyway, we're up against our break. We're going to continue this conversation, talking to Randy Noon with BPG Home Inspections and Arnie Diaz with the Diaz Duo at Waterstone Mortgage. We've got more real estate news and updates and more tips for this holiday season after a quick break here on the Duncan Duo Show on 970 WFLA.